This is We're Gonna Make You Watch.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of We're Gonna Make You Watch. I am Brian, and with me as always are the two greatest people in my life right now, Isaiah and Warren, and we just subjected Warren to the thing. And before we find out exactly how all that went, how have you guys been doing? Isaiah, how you been doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Been a little sick, under the weather.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. But wedding's coming up here in a week.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you got that sickness out of the way.
Yeah, it came at a very scary time for it to happen,
Right.
but thankfully we're on the mend. Otherwise, not a whole lot's been really going on. Just with being sick, I've been kind of just bound to the recliner and just watching movies. So I've been getting into some Christmas movies lately.
Yeah.
So I got like Santa's Sleigh, and I watched that new It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yeah, I watched that myself.
So I watched that yesterday, and then some classics like Christmas Vacation and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah, you got to.
But other than that, been just kind of just laying low, just getting better. So
yeah, good stuff. Good. Well, you keep on healing because your wedding is coming up very quickly, right?
Yep, under 7 days from here. So
less than a week from when we're recording this. By the time you guys hear this, they're already going to be well into their marriage.
Yeah,
because we're pretty far ahead. How you been doing, Warren?
Yeah, I've been all right.
Yeah,
Not too much going on. Went and saw the new Godzilla last night.
Oh, is that good?
Yes, it's pretty good.
I do dig me some Godzilla movies.
I've been hearing
man.
some good things about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
mean,
too.
It sucks if you don't like reading, but it's
Mm.
fantastic if you don't care about that part.
Watched an awful lot of Godzilla movies, so yeah. Well, most of those were dubbed back then.
Yeah,
badly, and that's what made them one of the entertaining qualities from them. So
Yeah, this one was not. This one was subtitled.
Nice. I haven't been up too much. I did watch Thanksgiving.
Finally, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was super fun. I also watched It's a Wonderful Knife, and I enjoyed that.
Yep.
I enjoyed it a lot. That was really cool. But yeah, other than that, we've just been working. We haven't talked really or recorded anything since Thanksgiving, have we?
No, yeah.
So yeah, how was your guys' Thanksgiving? Were they good?
Pretty good. I mean, other than the whole family getting sick, but
I'll stop talking to you, man.
Like every week, he's like, "Yeah, I was sick."
But no, it was fun though. Because I haven't been able to have Thanksgiving with my family in years, so it was nice to be able to get up there and have Thanksgiving with them. Because usually we'll do Christmas with them, but this time anyway.
Because usually they're sick, though you can't do it.
Smart ass.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Where did you do Thanksgiving this year, Warren? I don't even know.
We did both. We did hers and my family's.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
very cool.
We played bingo at my mom's.
Played bingo?
Yeah, she
Nice.
didn't tell us. She bought a whole thing off of Amazon. Had like the spinny thing to select numbers.
Spinny thing, I love it.
And then bingo cards had shade sliders, so when you had the number, you just slid the shade down.
Oh shit!
Nice.
So you could just keep reusing them, just raise up the shades when you were
on.
done. Everyone
Very
in my
cool.
family cheated. It was fantastic.
That's funny.
I was the only one who won fair and square. Everyone else, it was funny. Every time I didn't win, everyone else cheated. Is essentially what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's funny.
no, yeah, we had a good time.
Nice. Yeah, we had a pretty laid back one. Did some traveling, to visit some extended family and stuff like that. But it was pretty low key for the most part. Ate a whole lot of food. Did a whole lot of napping. It was awesome. Watched a whole lot of football.
Nice.
All right. So let's get into this because this is exciting. we, like I said, or as you guys know that have tuned in to listen to this episode, we made him watch The Thing, and most people consider that probably one of John Carpenter's best movies, if not his best movie. There's a very solid argument to be made that it is his best movie. Where do you stand on that? You probably lean towards Halloween, which is where I lean, right? Isaiah?
No, The Thing is definitely my favorite Carpenter movie.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Yep.
okay, that's what okay.
How dare you assume?
No, well, yeah, I'm a monster.
How dare you?
Better administer the test. So this movie is universally praised, but upon release, it was not.
No.
This movie bombed horrifically. Critics hated it. They thought it was disgusting. They didn't get it. And then it wasn't long after it came out on video that it started to get the love, though.
Mm-hmm.
It started to really get appreciated pretty quickly. It wasn't like it fucking 30 fucking years later, and then all of a sudden everybody kind of got it.
Yep.
It did start to get its rightful recognition pretty quickly after it came out, like on video and stuff. But I think when this came out, I want to say this came out like the same weekend as like fucking E.T. or some shit. And people just wanted to see friendly aliens.
Yeah, it's a very different portrayal of aliens.
Yeah.
Not the same movie at all. But this has some awesome practical effects that will make you squirm, especially if your name is Warren.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, we have video evidence to prove otherwise.
No, you don't.
Warren has said quite regularly in this podcast that he doesn't do like gore, so we show him one of the nastiest.
So they pick the nastiest movie you could think of.
Oh yeah, we did.
I mean, we had to make up for last week. We had to make up for last week.
We did. We had to
That's
make up for
fair.
last week.
That's
Yeah,
fair, because last week was not even.
it was the horror comedy, and yeah, it was Krampus.
Yeah.
And
Not even a softball. It was like softer than a softball. It was like
right.
It was like you came and put the baseball on the bat, and then I just swung the bat.
Yeah. So initial thoughts, Warren. What do you think of this movie?
It was gross. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, it wasn't really like super scary, but it was a really good movie. I was into it.
It's a banger. This is a banger.
Yeah.
Outside of The Exorcist, and you can even include that, this is probably the best movie we've made you watch.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Kept you on your toes. I like stuff like that where you're like, oh, who is it? What's gonna happen next?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, this is, at its core, this is very much a whodunit kind of thing. Yeah.
and it was pretty good. Now I was gonna say, I feel like I say this every episode. If I was able to watch it when it came out, I could see the appeal of that being fairly terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if you were sitting in like a theater and it was like, what are we watching? But I will say this is my favorite John Carpenter movie.
Oh, okay. This is the first one we've made you watch, right?
Yes.
That's good.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think it was pretty cool to see Keith David at such a young age, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young, very young. Great shape. God dang.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Imposing individual.
Same with Kurt Russell. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen very many of his work.
Yeah, he's
At a younger age, anyway.
Him and Carpenter did a lot together when they were young. This Big Trouble in Little China.
So you've never seen it?
Elvis, yeah, because John Carpenter made a movie called Elvis. It was actually a TV movie, I believe.
Yep.
It's really good though. It's really good. He also did. I said, what did I say? Escape from New York. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like there's another one, but I can't think of it. I could be wrong. But yeah, him and Carpenter did a lot of stuff together when at the very beginning of their careers. Or I say beginning of their careers, but Kurt Russell had been doing work for Disney since he was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been acting forever, literally. So Isaiah, tell us about your first experience with this movie, if you remember.
Oh God, I was probably in high school, I think, is the first time I saw this movie. And obviously, but at that time, I had already seen Halloween. I had seen like Escape from New York. I had seen Assault on Precinct 13. So I was very well versed with John Carpenter's work. But I saw this and instantly fell in love with it. It instantly became my favorite movie of his. And
Nice.
you know, I just love everything about it because like I talked about when we were watching the movie, you know, you had John Carpenter, you know, writing and directing it. Then you had Dean Cundey, who, you know, did the cinematography for it. You know, just and the cast of characters, like you had pointed out, the whole cast was just incredible with this whole movie, and it was just so expertly written and shot, and
Oh yeah,
the score, everything about it is basically perfect, I think. And even with the effects, I think the effects still even hold up for the most part, you know, by today's standards. Even with like some of the stop motion stuff that they did, it was pretty good looking even, you know, today, you know. But yeah, overall it's just I don't really have a bad thing I can say about the movie personally. And it's always been one that I've enjoyed going back to and watching over and over and over and over again. So, and I don't foresee that changing. So,
well, it's a really, really good movie.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was when I first saw this. I know I was really young because my mom loved Kurt Russell.
Mhm.
So I remember watching this when I was pretty young because like I said, my mom, she loved Kurt Russell. So we watched it pretty regularly. My mom had a massive crush on him.
Yeah.
I get it. He's gorgeous. I see it. I mean, but yeah, this movie is about as close to perfect as you can really, really get, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Man, the studios they did some strange stuff, like when they were promoting the movie and marketing it and whatnot. This had like the dopest tagline that they changed. The tagline was "Man is the warmest place to hide."
Mm-hmm.
And that's so fucking creepy. But then they changed it to "The ultimate in alien terror." Like, it's so generic and stupid sounding. Because you remember probably as a kid going to the video store and seeing the VHS of this, and like the artwork was really cool, man. Like, you know, it had the big coat with the fucking hood up, and you can see the lights coming out of it and shit. It's very, and then all the ultimate in alien terror. You're like, that's so fucking douchey. But imagine if that said, "Man is the warmest place to hide." How fucking creepy that sounds.
Yep.
It's so cool, but it makes sense. I think they were either the working title for this or the original script for this was called "Who Goes There."
Yep, that's the original short story's title.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
That would not have worked out for me.
Such a great movie, and filled with wonderful performances by wonderful actors. And you're right, you nailed it. Dean Cundey shot this. It looks beautiful, and Ennio Morricone scored this. It sounds amazing. And yeah, God, it got so unjustly shit on when it first came out, man. Because this was Carpenter's first big budget studio movie.
Yeah.
And it was also a passion project for him, because I think he'd been wanting to do this for a long time. And they gave him a shitload of money, and he put a amazing product out there, and it just was not appreciated at all. And thankfully it is now.
Yeah.
And then they had the prequel come out.
Yep.
Didn't
they have a video game too of it?
Yeah, there was a video game. Yeah, there's a video game for the. I think it's for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2.
There's
I've
a
never played it.
to this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a prequel called The Thing. It came out. It's got was it Mary Elizabeth Winstead in
Yep.
that, I think, and Joel Edgerton.
Yep. Correct.
That's
It's not good.
disappointing.
It's not bad. It's very middle of the road. I've only seen it once.
Why isn't it just called The? That's disappointing.
It should just be called The.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally does share the title. It's called The Thing, and it is a prequel to this.
They
We'll
should make
probably
a sequel and call it Still the Thing.
still the fucking thing. Again, The Thing.
Yeah, just keep them going. How many
All right,
ways can you
Warren, let's
say?
talk about your experience watching this movie. What do you think of this movie? Well, we already talked. We said you liked it, obviously.
Yeah,
Give
it's
some
it was-
scenes. What kind of we got some scenes
Oh,
that
God.
jump out at you?
Okay, so this one hit close to home personally, just because we have a new pup in the house, and so when
Yeah.
the dog decided to just open its face, uh, it was a little worrisome for me.
Yeah.
But that was crazy with the practical effects, and then the mouth started to come out, and I was like, okay, I know I'm not ready for what we're getting into. But yeah, I mean, the guy at the beginning, he was the true hero. He was trying to stop this before it ever got started,
Yeah.
and he
You
took a
know,
bullet in the face for it.
part of me wonders what would have happened if
He had
instead
killed him.
of just letting the dog kind of do what it did to the other dogs, if they would have just swatted it with a newspaper. That thing just needed a little discipline. Swat it on the nose with it. Hey, no, don't assimilate and eat those other dogs and try to.
Yeah, you hit it with the newspaper, and then its face opens up, and you're like,
Takes her whole
probably
arm
should
off.
probably should have shot it.
Yeah.
But no, that was crazy. Um, any scene where it was trying to take over a body was pretty wild.
Do you
Like,
remember who did the effects on this? Was it Rob Botton?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, God, he nailed it.
He was only 22 when he did this too.
Right?
He was fucking
Yeah, I
young.
remember that. Yeah, he was young.
I was gonna say he did his job because he had me squeamish over here.
Yeah.
Well, even the scene where they found the like the UFO, it looked like that appeared to be like a green screen when they did the big pan over or had the big shot where they were standing up on
Mhm.
I believe that was a
above
matte
it.
painting. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, I think it was.
I was gonna say either way, I knew that was like some type of green screen or effect type deal, and I was like, but it still looked pretty good. Um,
Yeah, it holds
considering
up.
what year this movie came out, I think it was 1982 or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
of that nature.
Correct.
1982.
Not alive. But
5.
wow.
5.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck you.
But no, yeah, I mean, like all the acting was really good. I
Mhm.
mean, even with the cast that you have in it, I mean, how could
Yeah,
it not
it's
be?
yeah, all these guys went on, well, not all, but most of these guys went on and already had really, really good careers before this. Obviously,
Mhm.
Wilford Brimley went on to become the spokesman for diabetes.
Yeah.
He was also in Cocoon, though, which is really good movie. One of Ron Howard's earlier films,
Mhm.
which Cocoon's awesome. Of course, yeah, Kurt Russell and all over the place. And that one guy, he trained a pig, Babe. Wasn't that guy in Babe? One of those guys.
I
can't.
maybe.
James Cromwell, was that James Cromwell? Yeah, I think it was. And he was in Pit. That'll do, pig. He said that a lot. I'm pretty sure that was James Cromwell. He was in L.A. Confidential too, wasn't he? I want to say. I can't remember, but most of these guys had really, really good careers. Yeah, it was great watching you squirm on all the autopsy scenes and shit.
Yeah, like that is not my thing, man. It is not my thing.
So who did you think it was? Did you think it was McCready?
No, because basically remember I was like, oh shoot, when they showed his stuff,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but then I was like, well, what if somebody just cut it up and to frame him,
Yeah.
and then that's what they did. So it's like, I didn't know who it was. I'll be honest with you.
It's isn't that great?
That's
I
fantastic
love it, not
because
knowing.
sometimes it's too easy to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And then it kind of takes away from the rest of the movie because they start doing all this suspense stuff, and you're like, well, I know who it is, so this isn't very scary. Because even at
Yes.
the end, and honestly, if we're being honest, at the end, you really don't know
Exactly.
I
because
think I know. I think Childs is the thing. I want to say he is, and I
from
think even John Carpenter has actually said that he's definitely the thing. So
like, but he was the thing from the start.
no,
Of, but
well,
eventually,
he couldn't have been the thing from the start because he passed the test. I think when he leaves the building to go look for Blair because he thinks he saw Blair, I think Blair actually got him and turned him into the thing at that time. That's just my assumption, but I think even
So-
Carpenter said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely the thing."
So my thought on the ending, and I absolutely love the ending of this movie because I
It's
love
perfect. It's
how
perfect.
open ended it is.
Yes.
And one thing I was reading before is I guess the dialogue at the end of the movie was kind of Kurt Russell's idea. He kind of wrote that last dialogue of "We'll just wait here and see what happens."
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
So I love that. But the one thing I always think of and why I think maybe McCready's the thing at the very end of the movie is because earlier in the movie they talk about how all it takes is a molecule for it to transfer to somebody else. And he hands him his bottle of booze at the end. And Keith David takes a drink. And that's when the music starts. So that's what makes me think maybe he was the thing at that point.
Okay.
Because
Very
if all it takes is a molecule to transfer it to take over the body, I mean, a little saliva or spit would do the trick. So,
yep, that's very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of
there's a lot of theories.
A lot of theories. Some people say, well, you can't really see a lot of because like when McCready's talking, like you can see all the his breath because it's so cold, and it's really thick. But then when Childs talks, you hardly see anything, if anything. Almost like they're trying to tell you something. Like, well, he's not breathing because he doesn't breathe. But I don't know. And then there's somebody said that there were I didn't catch it in this watching for some reason. I've never really seen it. Like they thought that there was a point where McCready'd replace the alcohol with kerosene, and that's what he hands him. And when he takes a drink of it, it's not alcohol, it's kerosene. And that's why McCready laughs
because he doesn't die.
because he doesn't know, because he doesn't realize. But yeah, it's so yeah. There's a lot of theories that go. This is one of the 3 end of the world movies that Carpenter had made. The other 2 being Prince of Darkness and In the Mouth of Madness.
So I love all 3 of them.
all 3 of them are so good. This is probably the best one out of all of them.
Yep.
But and I don't honestly think it's even close, but that's just a testament to how great this movie is. Because those other 2 movies I love as well. They're very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. God dang, it's so fucking good. I'm glad you liked it, dude. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. Well, like anything that's not ultra scary, that's
yeah.
But,
This isn't. It's a tense movie.
Yeah.
It's a tense movie, and it makes you guess. Makes you do a lot of guessing. So
yeah, because I was really trying to figure out some of the decision making in this movie at some points. Like he told the guys bring the flamethrower, and the first person to show up has a fire extinguisher. And I said,
that's
well,
the opposite.
I said that's the opposite of the flamethrower. That's gonna
That's funny. I never thought about that when I watched that movie. It's like bring the flamethrower, dude shows up with the fire extinguisher. Totally the wrong thing.
Same concept, wrong result. It's like, but yeah,
hilarious.
it was interesting, but
So Isaiah and I talked a little bit a while ago about the next movie that we're gonna make you watch, and I don't know if we really fully settled on it, but we know you haven't watched this, and Isaiah said that he was absolutely good to go with it. So I just want to pull the trigger on it, and because it's gonna be coming close to that time anyway when this drops. Warren, the next movie that we're gonna make you watch is my favorite 80s slasher, My Bloody Valentine. Have you ever seen My Bloody Valentine?
No.
Okay.
Perfect.
So it's on. It's a hell of a fun movie, and Isaiah ripped the Blu-ray down already, and we're good to go. So yeah, My Bloody Valentine, was it 1981?
I believe it's 81.
Something like that. Yeah. And it's a wonderful Canadian slasher. And I don't know if they're trying to be in America or not, but there's some really, really cool shit in this movie.
81 it is.
Is there a difference?
Yes. Nice. Is there a difference? What do you mean
between Canadian
Canada and
slashers and American slashers?
No, I just give Canada the respect it's due, man. When they put out a quality slasher, I like to let them know they fucking put out a quality slasher. There's lots of really great Canadian slashers, man. Black Christmas is
Black Christmas, yep.
Yeah, probably the best one. Man. That's one of the best slashers ever made.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Same guy that directed Black Christmas directed A Christmas Story. Bob fucking Clark, man. He went from one extreme to the other.
How can I reimagine this?
Two of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah, two of the best Christmas movies ever made. no doubt about that. So, all right. Anything you guys want to add about The Thing before we slide out of here?
No,
I think it was a really good movie.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad you liked it, man. That's awesome.
This was the first one I would suggest to somebody.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I like that.
I would call that a win.
Yeah, that's definitely a win. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, well, if you guys are good to go, then so am I. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode.